Hello, my beautiful Aries. Brenda here with your general tarot and oracle card forecast for the week of September the 8th to the 14th. Let's see what your download message is for this week. You've been given study. So keep in mind, not every single card or the energy they carry may resonate with every single Aries out there. Only take what does, never force a reading, and throw the rest out into the universe. If you want clarity, accuracy, and answers to any personal questions, then I direct you to my website below every video where you can see the services that I offer. Okay, let's see what we have here. Alrighty, let's see what we have here for my beautiful Aries. Okay, your first card coming in is the Eight of Wands, followed by the Two of Wands, followed by the Moon, followed by the Tower, and your final card is the Page of Wands. Okay, let's see what we have here for today and for our reading this week. Your download message is study. So you could be reviewing documents, looking over things. Maybe some of you are scholastically taking a new form of study at school. But this is a card that says you're going to be paying attention to details, trying to consume all the information that you can and retain it for further use. So this week will be a week where your head's in the books, where your head's either you're researching on Googling things online, or whatever the case is, you're studying. Now, some of you may actually be subjected to having to write an exam, whereby you're going to need to retain information so that you can do this successfully. Coming in with your first oracle message in the week, you've got adventure, and this is your life or career part of the reading. You make exciting work moves that could take you outdoors or on a trip. You will need to climb steadily to reach your financial goal. So this is really sort of like what I would call a soft launch. You're not making a leap of faith all of a sudden. You are making some moves that are different, and possibly in your career there could be a little change in your career that could actually turn out to be quite important and quite successful. You may have work that wants to take you outdoors. You may be having to take clients outside. Maybe you're surveying situations. Maybe you're in real estate. Maybe you're talking about what you have to offer with property. Whatever the case is, some of you could be doing that. You could also be planning a trip. This trip could be both business, and you could be adding some pleasure to it. So this is a steady climb for you. You're getting yourself out there. This is a brand new move forward. It's almost like a brand new adventure, and you're pioneering it all on your own. You're going to reach these financial goals, but it is a steady climb, as they say. Now, coming in next, we have the Eight of Wands, and this is a momentum picking up. Things might have been a little slow, a little slack. You might have felt as though you were stuck in a situation, but now all of a sudden the gates open and you're running. You're taking huge leaps and bounds towards something here. This is a card, as I had said, slow and steady wins a race here, but I do think some of you are going to see momentum pick up. So if things have been slow, things are going to get busier. You could have to be wearing a lot of different hats, doing a lot of different jobs, duties, tasks, and things like that. I think you're up to the task. You're able to do that, but you may have to be mindful about time management. Make sure you write everything down for accuracy so that you can comfortably tick things off and get things done in an expedient manner. This card is also indicative of flights, booking a flight, flying. You might be, as I had said here, you could be taking a trip and you have to book an airline ticket. Also, this is the Wands of Cupid. So there could be love coming back into your life or a new love coming in. Now, the next card you've got is your career and money, and this is the card that says The Mask. And it says secret stash, save pennies, finding money, theft. And your career could involve acting, being an assistant. There could be some hidden potential, and you might be stepping into something unknown. So, wearing the mask is that maybe you're putting away some secret money. Maybe you're making sure that only you know where it is. You are being mindful of your spending. Saving pennies is evidence of that. But some of you could be finding money. Maybe you didn't realize you had some money that was stashed away that you'd forgotten forgotten that you had invested into something, and maybe now that investment has made some money on the side and you can cash in on that. You're very careful. Somebody might be trying to take money away from you. Okay, be mindful of that. Keep your eyes open. They may be the one wearing the mask. Okay, your job could involve entertainment. You know, it says acting. Maybe some of you are getting involved in the entertainment industry. You could also be the assistant to the president or somebody who is an authority figure at your place of work. There is some hidden potential here. Make sure you keep your eyes open for all of the offers that could be coming down on your table this week, and keep your eyes open for something that could surface that was unknown to you. Now, the Two of Wands comes in, and the Two of Wands is an interesting card because it is a card of impressing those around you. You have that ability to do that. Okay, you're evaluating your options, and you have the ability to be your own boss, your own manager, and step up to the plate and do that. You're successfully negotiating things, and when we negotiate, often it has to do with negotiating contracts. So you could be doing that as well. Some of you may be feeling a little restless, but I think you're going to find that things are going to pick up, the momentum's going to pick up, and you are going to be busy. So far, so good, right? You may have some decisions to make, but you also have time to arrive at those decisions. Don't be concerned if you're not if you're noticing a little slowdown, here in the speed in which your plans are manifesting. Just take this opportunity to work on your long-term vision. Okay? A lot of you have accomplished a lot, but there's still a lot to do. So consider carefully if this might be the right time to take on a new partner for your endeavor as well. So it's great to be independent. However, it can also be a great benefit to have someone helping you along your path, someone at work, someone who can be in your end of the ring, someone who can assist you when maybe you're busy and not there. Okay, coming in this was your focus. This is your challenge or your help or hurdle card. You've got the card niche. And when we get these cards that have the key on it, this often is indicative of being able to have the key to do things, to open doors of opportunity, mindset shifts that will unlock abundance and help you create your timeline of ultimate prosperity. So on this particular one, the niche, okay, with your unique experiences and fresh perspectives, you would do very well socializing specializing in a niche. So I always say, if you pick a job or a career that you really love, getting paid is a bonus, and you excel at it, you succeed at it, this is you moving forward. You have the key now. Once you find the niche, find that niche that you love. Find that topic, that subject. Study up on what it is you really want to do. Pick that. Once you find that niche, you're going to succeed in more ways than you could ever imagine. Don't be afraid to stick your neck out and try something new and different. Now the moon comes in. The moon is that card of finding out information in the background, but it is also indicative of the Pisces energy. You could be, dealing with a Pisces. However, this is a card that says you've got everything in your database, but you might be studying a bit more. You want to find out all the answers so that you're for accuracy. And you're trusting your instincts and your gut feelings right now. Don't get up in your head and start presuming and assuming and disillusion yourself. This is a card that says the moon comes out and it illuminates absolutely everything. Before the dawn, out it comes, right? And it's absolutely beautiful. So you're going to see the light. You're going to be able to move forward, and you're going to feel as though you're surfacing to take a big breath of fresh air. Coming in next in your messages from Spirit and your guides, you've got the card Disappear. It says decline, die, wither, and be forgotten. Okay, it's kind of an ominous card, isn't it? However, I choose to read it in a positive way. It's time to leave something, walk away from something, move forward in a new direction. You don't need to be forgotten. This is a card that says you could be reminiscing. You could be being nostalgic, thinking about a family or a friend member that has passed on to the other side. You might be thinking about them today. Often we do. Our minds wander to those things. But, this is a card that says, sometimes you just have to disappear yourself. You have to take yourself out of the equation. You have to remove yourself from all the chaos and all the drama and just go off and be in that place of, decline, as I say, excuse me, I'm sorry. That came on quick. This is a card that says just remove yourself for any of that chaos. That's how I'm looking at it here. Okay, so, that way people, you just kind of, you're feeling as though you want to sink into the background here and be forgotten, and anything in the past that maybe you've been involved in, so that it's forgotten. You're letting it die, you're letting it go. You don't want to allow yourself to stay in any negative energy. So you feel as though you just want to escape and disappear the past, and that's okay, because we learn from the past. We don't drag it into our future with us. Okay, something suddenly is going to happen here. The Tower is that card of sudden change. Maybe you're going to be having to rebuild something here. Something might have ended abruptly, and you now are able to think about the movement forward you want to make. Now, often with the Tower, something wasn't on steady ground to begin with, and it was inevitable it was going to happen eventually, and now it's over, and it gives you that opportunity to say, okay, now I know what it is I want to do, and you're going to rebuild a better, stronger, firmer foundation. And whether it's a relationship, a job-related, career, whatever the case is, you're now able to realize that with this sudden change, it makes you make some pretty profound decisions to improve your life moving forward. Coming in at the end of the week, your angel number is 1212. 2 and 1 are 3, 3 and 3 are 6. This is the 6 is the Lovers in the Tarot, so think about that. You might be making major decisions on an emotional level with somebody you care about. But this is big ventures, and you had adventure, and it says divine intervention, prosperity, big ventures, fated events, and faith. Love or other happiness lurks just around the corner. Remember I said 6 is, even though it says 1212, 6 is the Lovers. So it will be something much better than your wildest dreams. A rare opportunity, an exciting encounter with like-minded people will exceed your expectations. This is beautiful. So, you're building a new foundation here, and maybe it's a new foundation of family or members, or new family, chosen family, or good friends, or maybe they're colleagues that are, you're going to be able to collaborate with and work together with. But this is love and happiness that is coming into you at this time. So this is beautiful. Now, below that, you have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is that card that could be career-related information or messages that come into you of good opportunities, right? And you are at that point, I think, some of you Aries, where you either are already embarking on it, or you're thinking of wanting to try something new, something that's creative. And I do think that there's going to be some writing involved. So some of you may be journaling or logging things in, or thinking about writing a book. So something new and exciting may have caught your fancy. Now it's all you can think about, and your passions are fired up, and you can't wait to learn all there is to know about this topic. Now remember, there could be new information regarding your favorite project or subject that's just come to your attention, and you want to take action. But maybe you feel a little unsure, but don't doubt your abilities here because you're ready. Okay, have no fear. Don't delay. Go after this goal that you want, especially if you're thinking of writing a book. Now, let's see what we have for clarification, validation, and verification here. Let's see what we have here with these cards. Spirit and guides. What do my beautiful Aries need to see, know, and expect this week? Hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. The kids are back to school, a lot of them already, and we're back to routine and often the end of vacation. So let's see what we have here. First card coming in is the 5 of Swords. The next one you've got is the Knight of Cups. Oh, the Tower again. Double message here of change. The Ace of Cups. We talked about love. And you've got the Chariot. Okay, so coming in with the 3 of Wands, you do have the 5 of Swords. So, this movement forward is going to pick up, but you may be worried about a situation here with this. This is a card that says the 5 of Swords is that card of no-win situations. Don't go rushing in to do anything too quickly, because if you do, you get caught up in the heat of the moment with the roar of the lion. Things may be said you can't take back. You're right here. You're standing in your truth, but sometimes we don't need to get involved in battles. We need to learn to walk away. Okay, we need to know when the right time is to do that, right? Know when to play your cards and know when to lift them up. Right? So this is a card that says pick and choose your battles wisely, because when we go into battle mode, there's consequences and there's risks. You need to weigh those out. Don't go rushing in, doing anything in a big hurry, especially if it's confrontation with somebody who wants to pull your strings. Now, coming in with the Two of Wands, you've got the Knight of Cups. Now, remember we talked about with the Two of Wands, possibly getting together with somebody. You could be planning a business trip together with somebody that you could involve pleasure, or a pleasure trip that could involve business when you get there. But the Knight of Cups comes in, rides in, could be your perfect person. They could be sweeping you off your feet. You could be falling in love with an idea that they bring to the table of life for you as well. So I think you're going to be involving someone else with a partnership here. Now, coming in the center position, we have the Tower with the Moon. Now, sudden change makes you have to look into information, study up, find the information. But the Tower is you rebuilding something. And remember I said it's always darkest before the dawn, but when the moon comes out, it illuminates everything. You're going to have a clear sight line now, exactly where you want to go. And you're going to be rebuilding a better foundation on that knowledge. Coming in with the Tower here, you've got the Ace of Cups, and we talked about new love coming in, the universe showering down on you. This ending of something creates a new beginning, and it could be a new beginning in love. Maybe a relationship here ended, divorce, something like that, whereby now you have a new love. The door opens where you can move forward with somebody new in your life, which will build a bigger, better, stronger foundation for you in your future. Now, coming in with the Page of Wands, that idea of, beautiful new beginning, you have the Chariot. This information is making you want to charge forward, go towards your goals here, and you're going to come out unscathed. This is about, he goes into that arena, knows there's risks, knows there's consequences, but he's prepared, and you're going to be prepared. You're overcoming some great, you're accomplishing and overcoming some great barriers and obstacles that you've had to deal with. Now you're free to go where you want to go, and you just want to go charging there. You could be taking a road trip on any wheeled vehicle. Well, my beautiful Aries, this is your general tarot and oracle forecast for this week, and I wish you a great remainder to today and a beautiful, optimistic, healthy, happy, prosperous, and successful week. And always know I stand in this circle of love and light for you, and I'll see you soon, my beautiful, beautiful Aries.